We can take advantage of an Audacity feature for efficient audio editing. It can save you lots of time in the long run, especially when you edit the same type of recording over and over. For example, the waveform you see on the screen is a lecture of my Audacity course. I can apply all the necessary effects to this audio in a single click. I will duplicate the track to show you how efficient the single click is compared to the manual process. I will select the top track and go to Tools. From Apply Macro, I will select the type of improvement I want. For example, I may want to reduce the sharpness of a recording and improve it at the same time. I would select ESS reduction and improve for that. If I am editing for a podcast, I will select Podcast Macro. I have also made other macros like interview improvement, intelligent voice, etc. I will show you in a moment how you can build a macro yourself. Let's assume I want a clear vocal on this recording, so I will select Clear Vocal Improve Macro. The audio has improved almost instantly. Let's play and compare the original recording and improved recording. The bottom track has the raw recording.
In this lecture, we will see how to remove unwanted frequencies. If you have no idea about audio frequencies, it may seem a very technical. In this lecture, we will see how to remove unwanted frequencies. If you have no idea about audio frequencies, it may seem a very technical term. Trust me, it is a very easy to understand concept. Understanding the basics of audio frequencies can help to get a clean audio. I will first briefly discuss what audio frequency is, then I will show you how to remove unwanted frequencies. What is sound actually? In simple terms, the sound is a vibration of particles. These vibrations travel through the air and reach our eardrum. Our brain assigns a sound based on those vibrations. Audio frequency is the number of vibrations per second. If something vibrates once per second, we say its frequency is 1 Hz. If something vibrates 100 times per second.
So you see how easily I could improve the recording. Let's now see the manual process briefly. It would give us an idea of how inefficient the manual process is if we do it over and over. For example, if I want to apply only 3 effects in this recording, notice how long it takes. I will normalize first. I have to make sure the correct configuration is set for normalize. If I want to add an EQ, I must go to that effect and configure it. You would probably apply the same EQ on every piece of your recording. I will apply a below 80 Hz low roll-off for now. You can have some more effects left on your effect chain. I will add one more effect for this demo. I will add truncate silence. If it is not configured already, you have to configure it and apply it. So you see how much time it takes only to apply those 3 effects. I have not added effects like a compressor or such. But these effects are common for most of my recordings, and I can make an efficient process with macro. To put all these effects pre-configure in a macro, go to Tools. Open the Macro Manager. Create a new macro and give that macro a name. I would name it Demo 1. I have to configure the macro now. I will show you the macro building process in detail. If you want the macros, I already built like Clear Vocal, Podcast Improve or ESS Reduction. You can go to this Buy Me a Coffee page and purchase. 11 macros with their EQ are included on the macro pack. I will show you the macro installation process a bit later. Let me show you how to build one first. After you give your macro a name, click on Insert to add an effect. The first effect I will add is Normalize. I can press N on the keyboard to get effects that start with N. I will select Normalize from here. Click OK, and it will be added. You can double-click on the effect and configure how it will be in the macro. I want a -3 dB peak, and that is already here. The next effect I want to insert is Filter Curve EQ. The same process to search for the effect. I will press F. I already have the graph I want for EQ, so I will apply it. I want Normalize to be the first effect, and I can move up or down the order. I will add the truncate effect in the same process. I will move the effects in the correct order. First Normalize, then Filter Curve, and then Truncate Silence. I can add all the effects I typically apply in the effect chain. You have to save it when done. Let's assume I am done, and I will click Save. The macro is saved now, and I can apply to any recording now. I will close Audacity and open a piece of recording. I can apply my new Demo 1 macro in this recording. Double-click inside the track to select everything and go to Apply Macro. Select the macro you just built and all the effects will be applied. It is a very efficient process and helps to prevent making mistakes. You may forget to apply an effect or apply it with the wrong configuration or in the wrong order. With a macro, all the worries will be taken care of. You can build such a macro on your own. In addition, you can get my professional macros that make the sound way better. You can see 24 people already bought this and using this. Actually, more people are using it as they are member on Buy Me a Coffee. I have also added a screenshot of an email from one of my clients. After you purchase the macro pack, you will get a zip file. Unzip that file, and you will see the macros and EQs folder. Inside that folder, I have 2 separate folders for EQs and macros. In case you want just the EQs I have used, you can see that in the EQs folder. Import those EQs, and you can see what I have done. The macros are inside the macros folder. To install the macro, open Audacity and go to Tools. Click on Macro Manager, and you have to import the TXT files. Click on Import and browse to the location of macros. Install the macros one by one. You can install some macros or all the macros. After installing the macros, it will appear here. These macros are ready to use on your recording. If you want to learn how I built it, you can analyze the macros and check what effects I applied. You can check how I configured those, and you will get an idea of how to get the desired type of audio. I will put this link in the description. Download these macros and take your audio to the next level.